I want to share a story with you. In 1997, I was 12 years old. My parents were in the military and we just got an assignment overseas to Naples, Italy. I was just like every other kid, especially a new kid at a new school. I was missing my old friends, wondering if I'd make new friends, and also wondering how I'd fit in with this at this new school. I learned really quickly that the kids at this school like to give nicknames, especially to new kids. Some kids got cool names, some kids got not so cool names, and then there was me. Military schools are pretty diverse, but nevertheless, I was one of few African American students at this school. On top of that, I was the darkest kid at this school, and so they had fun coming up with a nickname for me. Nightcrawler, Blacula, just to name a few, but they finally came up with one and they felt like it fit perfectly. They called me Amistad. If you don't know or not familiar with Amistad, Amistad was a slave ship rebellion about 200 years ago, and at the time it was a popular movie as well. I guess they felt that it was appropriate for me, or appropriate nickname for me as the new kid. And that began the 3-year arsenal of jokes aimed at my dark skin, my nappy hair, anything else that you can imagine. And at first I played along. I felt like I had to pay my dues. I was the new kid, have to do what I have to do to fit in, for them to be my friends. But after a while, it started to really damage my self-image. I started to feel uncomfortable in my own skin. It became hard for me to speak in group settings. I developed a stutter, and I just kept telling myself that if only I had lighter skin, if I only had straighter hair, I'd be cool. All the girls would love me, and all the cool kids would want to hang out with me. And nobody knew how I felt. Nobody knew how much damage this was doing to me. Not even my parents, and I was just too afraid to tell anyone. And I carried this with me for 10 years. And I'm not going to sit here and say to you that there was one thing, or all of a sudden one day I found my self-worth and I found a way to love myself. It was a journey. It took me years for me to get over that. It took me years for me to actually finally love myself. And I can't say that it's entirely gone. Every now and again it peeks its head out and I get this feeling in the pit of my stomach. But it's not so much of a feeling of low self-worth, but more of a fear of acceptance, more of a fear of judgment, or a fear of people having the same opinions as those kids. But regardless of the discomfort, regardless and despite the fears that I may have, I still hop in front of my camera and press record, because there's only one thing that's stronger than that fear I may have at that period of time or at that moment. And it's my love for connecting with people through video, and my love for encouraging and empowering people to do the same. Whether it's making someone laugh, educating someone, or inspiring someone to start a conversation with a stranger, or speak up at a meeting, or making a 1-minute video to put online. Like, my love for this will never let my fear stop me from doing this. We all have our own stories. We all have challenges that we've encountered that have shaped the people that we are today. And sometimes we have trouble separating what happened to us from who we are. And then what happened to us ends up being our identity. We don't have to accept the labels that were given to us. I know who I am, and I know who I'm not. And the opinion of few is not going to stop me from doing what I love. And I hope this video inspires you to do the same. My name is Stephen Coney, and this is me.